All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Devin and Trader here, breaking down my trades on CAD CHF. And the way I trade the market, as I always say, is so very simple. I am more of a swing trader than a day trader because I really like holding on to my trades. Even though I daily trade, I know how to enter within the day and know when to just close out if I want to, but also have rules when I want to hold on longer. And I explained that in another video. But plain and simple right here, I love getting into my entries and just letting go. I learned by doing that and having more patience, you give the market a lot more time to go in your favor. A lot of the time when you enter for a buy or be a sell, you're not really wrong. Many people get FOMO or things like that, and that kind of stops them for allowing their trade to keep on making profit or allow their trade to give some breathing room to go in their direction. So for example, this trade right here, my first entry when I got in on CAD CHF, one of the major things I saw was that we was in a range, right? You see how price action time and time again came to the same exact past level of resistance. And what happened? It fell to the downside, right? Each and every time when it came to that level, it fell to the downside. Thus, when it got right back to the same exact level, when I saw that, I was like, okay, if it forms a bearish confirmation, I'm going to be looking for the sell once again. And at this same exact level, you can see how it makes the evening star pattern. This right here is an evening star confirmation. And that's one of the key points and reason why I got back and forth sell at this past level of resistance. But like I said, guys, right? Trading the market is so easy. If you're just looking to your past to confirm your future or looking at the market in that way, looking for simple patterns, not thinking about a big number and this and that, just looking for simple patterns of things that happen in the market over and over again, you can make a crazy amount of money. So just by looking to my past, right? Looking to my past. Looking to my past, I can confirm that, okay, if it just simply fell down one, two, three times before, what's the chances of it getting right back to that same level and falling down once again? And as you can see, the candlestick pattern, it confirms your idea even more. That's why I say all the time, the level that you're looking at, right? This zone, that level of resistance, that's where I want to enter at. Once price action, right? Once the candlesticks get to that level, I then have to identify why. Why do I want to sell at this given point? Or why do I believe it's going to fall back down at this point? And with price action, we use confirmation when it comes to candlestick patterns. So right here, that evening star was my key confirmation. And as you can see, I entered this trade at 9 a.m. in the morning, right? Exactly around that time where we have London and New York going at the same time, right? So all that volume comes into the market. And this is what I mean by a day trade, right? Even though I like holding out my trades because I like swing trading more than day trading, I always know when I have my entry or I enter within that day, I have a high chance of even closing out within that day as well. It's just all about being patient. Like I said before, over and giving time with gaining experience, I learned to be patient. I learned I do not have to enter and close right away. Being patient allows your trade to breathe and allow your trade to go your direction in a certain amount of time. Just because right away when you enter the market, just because it doesn't go in your direction right away does not mean you are wrong. Sometimes your trade needs room to breathe and to go in your favor. So the same thing goes for this right here. I entered right here, right? I entered right there at 9 a.m. in the morning. And as you can see, it fell all the way to the downside. Let me kind of replay this real quickly to show you how I had it exactly, right? So you can see that I had TP1 set here, TP2 set here, and then TP3. You're never really expecting a trade to go fully all the way. You got to understand that as well. You're always looking for at least that TP1. That's the reason why you marked it TP1, because you believe that's the bare minimum of profit you're at least willing to take right there. Okay, guys? So always understand that right here, when it gets back to that same level, like I said on February 12th, I'm just watching it. I'm trying to see, is it going to give me a reason to get back in for the sell? So I got to be patient, right? You have to take your time and you got to be patient. And then you can see right here, the next day, it makes that evening star and it closes just like that. So once that happened right there, I'm like, hell yeah. If I look to my past, even right here, I can see how it made an evening star here before and it fell to the downside, right? So I'm looking at that. I'm just guessing to myself that, okay, bearish confirmation right there, strong past level of resistance. Can I not get in for the sell the same way I have many times before, in the same way I've seen this pattern react to the market many times before? Like I said, experience is a great, great teacher. You just simply learn from your own mistakes and your own victories. So seeing this right here at 9 a.m. open, boom, I got in for my sell, and it's just that simple. I enter the sell just like that, guys. And you got to really understand that we're into the market, like I said, just take your time. It doesn't matter whatever you're looking at. Just take your time and enter the market, guys, right? If you have your confirmation, if you have your reasoning, enter the market, write that down. Put it in your journal. Think about it, right? Go back to it every few hours. Don't stare at it. If you stare at it, you're always going to keep second guessing yourself. And, oh, yeah, should I close out? Should I do this? No, this happened here. No, just simply set your entry, set your stop loss, set your TPs, walk away. And then every few hours, come back to simply manage that, right? That's really all you have to do. But as you can see, right, any given time, you can see exactly what happened. And this is what I mean. When I entered right there, it fell right past my TP1 and went all the way down to my TP2. And that's what I mean by, if I wanted to, I could have closed out just like that, right? It fell all the way down here for a decent 15 or so, right? It's a very decent trade to make within a day, 20 pips, right? So it falls even further. It comes all the way down for about 40. You got to understand, guys, right? That's a very decent trade to have. Even 40 pip profit is very decent. But like I said, just from experience, I like holding on to my trades even longer versus every single day getting back in for another entry. Doing that, it just causes more work for no apparent reason. There's no reason to enter the market every single day. Just take your time, look for the meaningful trade, set your stop loss, and then walk away. If it never comes back to your stop loss, you don't have to do anything. You feel me? You just walk away and allow your trade, allow your skill set to make that money for you. Trust and believe in yourself, right? So just by seeing that, I was able to just hold out my trade. I didn't have to do anything. It never came back above that level. It fully never really broke above my entry or even come anywhere near my stop loss. So what am I being nervous about, right? All I have to do is just take my time. And besides that, any given time I'm into a trade, I'm thinking about it, break even, small profit, big profit. I'm simply okay with breaking even. That's a very simple thing that many people often overlook. It is okay with losing no money as well as not making any money. That's simply fine. You go back at it without taking any big loss or being in the hole. So understand that breaking even is a super, super important part of trading. You will have to learn, because you can see how it came all the way down to my TP2 and then came all the way back to my entry. Many people would be nervous and say, oh yeah, if it close out this and that, if it do this, whatever, I got to close out. No, you just have to learn to sit on your hands and to be patient. You can see right after that, it makes another big evening star and then continues to come all the way down to my TP3. And what did I do? Nothing. I just sat on my hands and trust in my skill set to be patient in the market. You can see how that beautiful trade went all the way right back down to that same exact past level of support. Past level of support. past level of support. This is why I have my TP3 there, because I knew what was in that range. It came down, went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down, right? So I knew that once it got back to this level, that a range could still play out and it could go right back to the top side. So what did I do? Get right back into the market. I love trading the range. Trading the range is so simple. You can find that max level of resistance and that max level of support. You can make so many great entries. It's a look right here, right? You could have bought here, right? You could have bought here, profited, sold here, profited, bought here again, profited, sold here again, profited, like back and forth. So I did the same thing. Like I said, the patterns in the market is so very important. If you can follow these patterns, you can make so much money. That's really all you have to do. There's barely any math involved. Really, all you have is to be confident in yourself and trust in the skill set that you're learning, right? Whatever the strategy may be that you're practicing, trust in that and then make your money, right? You're seeing right here, I got right back in for the buy at that same exact past level of support. And it's just that simple. I decided to buy because I saw that in the past, it always pushed back above that level. And I went down to my time frames and just seen how price action is staying above that level. So plain and simple, I trust in the market and trust that these patterns are going to happen time and time again. Everybody pretty much know the market structure of how a trade can go. It's either a uptrend, it's either a downtrend, or you have sideways, a ranging market. And this right here is exactly that, a sideways ranging market. So therefore, I don't even have to go to another pair to find another entry. I can take the same exact entry as the past, right? And make a buy on this. So as I knew I was going to close out at TP3, why? Because I knew that this was my max level of support and price action had a high chance of going back to the top side for a reversal, thus because we are in a range, is going back and forth. So by knowing that, I close out my sell, take all that profit, and you can see from my sell all the way down here is about 60 or 70 pips in profit, a crazy amount, very decent. And now I get right back in for the buy and make all my money to the top side. So when you saw how in the past, here's my TP1 for the sell, TP2 for the sell, TP3 for the sell, right? For the future, it is the opposite direction. TP1 here, TP2 there, and TP3 at the opposite level of resistance. So it's so very easy. I'm not overthinking it, not looking at the RSI and the news and fundamentals and the Fibonacci and this and that. All I'm doing is using simple market structure, right? And simple price action and trusting in my skill set and just being confident. When I see that entry, as I said, I like to just take it, right? And as you can see here, we made 70 on the downside. And then for that buy, we made about 46 to 50. And I'm still in this trade right now for that buy. And it's just that simple. Even 46 pips, guys, is a lot, especially depending on your lot size. If you're using a basic standard where you're making 500 about right there in a given morning, if you're using a 2.00, then that's 1,000 or a little bit less than that. And then do the math, right? The money just keep on piling up depending on the lot size that you take. So right here, guys, was two very simple trades on CAD CHF. I can't stress enough how price action is one of the best ways to trade the Forex market. And pretty much any market you're looking at is so very simple and so very clean. All you're looking for is for things to repeat itself and then being confident. Once you learn them two aspects, your trading as well as your discipline, your emotion, your confidence, that's so powerful to have together because you can make so much money every single day. Even the basic amount of 200 bucks a day can relieve you from your 9 to 5 and you can go full-time trading. To really understand that, guys, right? I really hope this right here help everybody out and I'll see you next time, guys, right? So enjoy the day.